Good morning, students. Our topic for today's discussion is systematically important banks. What are systematically important banks? These banks are those banks which are too big to fail. According to RBI, some banks became systematically important due to their size, cross jurisdictional activities, complexities, lack of substitutes, and interconnection. Banks whose assets exceed 2% of GDP are considered part of this group. Systematically, investment banks are precised as banks that are too big to fail. This perception of too big to fail create an expectation of government support for these banks at the time of distress. SIB, that is systematically important banks, are subjected to additional policy measures to deal with systemic risk and moral hazard issue posed by them. So basically, such bank which is that is too big to fail tag also indicate that in case of distress, the government is expected to support these banks. Due to this perception, these banks enjoy certain advantages in funding. It also means that these banks have a different set of policies regarding seismic risk and moral hazard issues. Now let's see what is seismic risk. Systemic risk can be defined as a risk associated with collapse or failure of an company, industry, financial institution, or an entire economy. Whereas moral hazard is a situation in which one party gets involved in a risky event knowing that it is protected against the risk, another party will incur the cost. The disorderly failure of this bank have the potential to cause significant disruption to essential services they provide to banking system and in turn to overall economic activity. So this is why it is important to know about important bank, because such a bank there would be significant disruption because of such bank is failed. There would be a significant disruption to essential services they provide to banking system and overall economy. Now let's talk about the classification. RBI has to disclose names of bank designated as domestically systematic important bank. It classifies the bank under 5 buckets depending upon the order of importance. Based on bucket in which a domestic systematic investment bank is an additional common equity requirement applies. Banks in bucket 1 need to maintain a 0.15% incremental tier 1 capital from April 2018. Banks in bucket 3 have to maintain an additional 0.45%. All the bank under domestically systematic important bank are required to maintain higher share of risk weighted assets at tier 1 equity. If you ask me why is it important to study about domestically systematic important bank, so it was observed during the global financial crisis that problem faced by certain large and highly interconnected financial institutions hampered the orderly functioning of financial system, which in turn negatively impacted the real economy. The government intervention was considered necessary to ensure financial stability. The cost of public sector intervention and consequential increase in moral hazard required that future regulatory policy should aim at reducing the probabilities of failure of systematically important banks and the impact of failure of these banks. And now let's talk about the background. GSIB, that is Global Systematically Important Bank. The Financial Stability Board in consultation with Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, and national authorities have identified global systematically important banks since 2011. The Financial Stability Board is an international body that monitors and make recommendation about the global financial system. It was established in 2009. India is also a member. The Basel Committee on Banking Supervision publishes the methodology for assessing and identifying global systematically important bank. The BCBS is a primary global standard setter for prudential regulation of bank. RBI is its member. The Financial Stability Board, the FSB, in consultation with International Association of Insurance Supervisor and National Authority, began identifying global systematically important insurers in 2013. The International Association of Insurance Supervision, established in 1994, is a voluntary membership organization of insurance supervisor and regulator from more than 200 jurisdictions, consisting 97% of world's insurance premium. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authorities of India and International Financial Services Centre are its members. So, the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision finalized the framework for dealing with DSIB, that is Domestic Systematically Important Banks, in October 2012. DSIB framework focuses on the impact that the distress or failure of bank will have on domestic economy. As opposed to GSIB, that is Global Systematically Important Framework, DSIB, that is Systematically Important Bank framework, is based on assessment conducted by national authorities who are best placed to evaluate the impact of failure on local financial system and on local economy. RBI had issued the framework for dealing with DSIB in 2014. DSIB framework requires the Reserve Bank to disclose the name of bank designated as DSIB starting from 2015 and place these banks in appropriate bucket depending upon systematic importance scores. RBI categorizes IDBI Bank as private bank. Reserve Bank, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank remain systematically important banks. So at present there are 3 banks which is systematically important bank, which are SBI, ICICI and HDFC. So that's all for today. In this video we have learned about systematically important bank, in which we have learned that domestic systematically important banks are those banks which are too big to fail. According to RBI, some banks became systematically important due to their size, cross-jurisdictional activities, complexity, lack of substitute and interconnection. We have also learned that banks whose assets exceed 2% of GDP are considered part of this. We have also learned about the significance, that is, should such a bank fail, there would be a significant disruption to the essential services they provide to banking system and overall economy. The too big to fail tag also indicates that in case of distress, the government is expected to support these banks. Due to this perception, these banks enjoy certain advantages in funding. It also means that these banks have a different set of policy measures regarding systemic risk and moral hazard issues. We have also learned about what is the need to study about this. What is the need of domestically systematic important bank? So it was observed that during the financial crisis that problem faced by certain large and highly interconnected financial institutions hampered the orderly functioning of financial system, which in turn negatively impacted the real economy. So the government intervention was considered necessary to ensure financial stability. The cost of public sector intervention and constitutional increase in moral hazard requirement that future regulatory policy should aim at reducing the probabilities of failure of systematically important banks and the impact of failure of these banks. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching.